Hi, everyone, and welcome to Zoom Conversations here on our YouTube channel. We are going to be doing the third part of our series about photo editing apps. Last time we talked about Snapseed. Before that, we talked about Visco. This time, we're going to be talking about Picsart, which is a very, very exciting app because it has a lot going on. And Jose is going to walk us through all of that. Sarah and myself here will be viewing and asking some questions when he's done with his presentation. We appreciate you tuning in, and I'm going to let Jose take it from here.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and share my screen so we could show you this other kind of opposite of the spectrum to some other apps that we've reviewed today. This is really an ultimate toolbox of photo editing. It's really cool. It's been updated pretty frequently over the past year, so I'll go ahead and show you that. Share my screen. So I'm going to start just by downloading the app to my device. So I already have it saved here, but I'll show you how you could get it on your device by going to the App Store, right here at the blue icon with the letter A. And once you get to the home page of the App Store, you just want to go ahead and click at the bottom right on the search icon and the magnifying glass, which will bring us to our search page, which we could then enter the name of this app, which is Picsart, which is Picsart. Click the blue search button, and that should give us the option right there, right at the top, Picsart AI Photo Editor. So I'll go ahead and tap on that app. You know it's the right app because it's made by Picsart Inc., which was right there. And you could click the Get icon right next to the picture. For me, I already have this app installed, so it says Open. But for your screen, it should say Get, which will download the app into your device and you could start using it. So I'll go ahead and click Open, and we could start kind of exploring some of the features for this app. So one of the things that I kind of mentioned before is that this app kind of differs from some of the other apps that we've showcased, because it really gives you a whole bunch of different templates and different ways to edit and manipulate images that are not really focused more on editing multiple images at a time, whereas other apps kind of focus on editing a single photo at a time. So the best way to kind of show this is in this create page that opens up right when you open the app. You kind of get a plethora of different options here. Based on right at the top, you could see some recent items in your gallery. So photos that you've recently took or videos that you've recently recorded will show up right at the top, allowing you to either just click on them and quickly enter the editing mode. But the real kind of standout features of this app are found in the middle column of the screen, where it says blank, AI image, collage, freestyle, camera, slideshow, and frame. So those are different types of images that you could create using this app, each of them kind of having their own different way of working. So for example, if you click blank, that's just going to give you a blank canvas, which you could start importing images and start working that way. The way that I prefer to really use this app is with their freestyle method, meaning that it allows you to select as many images as you want at the start. So I could go ahead and select up to 10 images. So I'll select 3 for this particular work that I'm going to do. And then once I pick the images that I want to use, I could click Add at the top right. And it would quickly add those 3 photographs up to a canvas that I could quickly maneuver and manipulate on this canvas. So I would just do that by tapping on any of the image. And you see that whenever I tap on a specific image, that image will have an outline around it. So I tapped on this cat picture with an orange hat, and now that image has a little square that I could move around with my finger on the iPad. I could tap on any of the corners to expand the image, make it a bit bigger. Or I could adjust it basically to any area of the canvas in my kind of editing stage. If I want to transfer over and manipulate another image on the canvas, all I have to do is tap on that image. So I'll go ahead and tap on this green cat, move that around. Again, I could use the little dots at the side to edit the image's size. Or at the top right, you could actually also rotate the image to the right. Or if you move it to the left, you could do it that way. And the X at the top left is to remove that image. So if I, for example, let's say I did not want this bottom image, I could tap it, click the little X, and it'll remove it from my canvas. So it's a really easy to use and kind of way to manipulate a bunch of images into one kind of collage that you could edit. Yeah, so that's kind of just one of the options available here. Another kind of usage from this app is the collage format, which is found right next to Freestyle. And that allows you to very similarly select images that you prefer. So I'll select those 3 images. But instead of allowing me to arrange and freely move around the photos, they kind of do it for me in some pre-assembled templates at the very top. So some of these I could scroll with my finger left or right to explore some of these options. And it organizes the photos that I chose in a variety of different collages. So very easy to use if you want to share it to social media or another website. You could really create these interesting looking collages. One of the things that I will point out is this little, these hearts right here, this heart template and this star template, they have a little crown at the top right of that selection. What that means is that those particular selections are locked behind a paywall. So you could still use them and see how they look. But in order to actually save the image, you do have to pay a subscription. So something to keep in mind is that this app does utilize a subscription method, meaning that they let you use most of their tools for free, but you will run into some features that are paid. So they'll ask you to pay a specific price every month to get access to some of these features. Yeah, so that's kind of the big kind of difference between this app and other photo editor apps. You still find a lot of the same tools that you find in those apps. For example, if I just at the very top of my screen, if I just tap on one of the images, it'll just open a screen which will give me a bunch of tools at the very bottom. So a lot of these tools, again, are found in other apps. Things like cropping your image. So you could edit what you want your image to include. You could do different edits for different balances of the image. So if you want to adjust the white balance, add filters, you could do that as well. And they're all presented here at the bottom, which you could scroll. Again, some of these do have that little crown that you should keep an eye on, meaning that those particular tools are locked behind a payment method. But a lot of these are free to use. For example, you could add stickers to your photos. At the bottom of the toolbar, there's a little icon that says sticker. So if I wanted to explore that option, just go ahead and click on that. And it lets me scroll through stickers that other people have posted on here that I could incorporate into my image. So again, some of these are locked behind paywalls, but I could always find one that I think I like, and it will allow me to put it on top of my picture and kind of move it around however I want it to look like. So I chose this love sticker, and now I could really move it around and kind of edit it in the way that I prefer. So, and whenever you're done with an image, all you usually have to do is you always have to exit the current thing you're doing by applying that edit, which will always be found at the top right. So whenever you're doing anything, adding stickers, text, or editing the image, you always have to make sure to click apply, which will apply those edits to your photo, which will then allow us to actually share that picture by clicking the downward arrow to save to our photos. So once we do that, it's going to save this image as a complete photograph. It lets me choose a couple of different ways I could share it to. So it says Pinterest, which is another photo social media site, or Instagram. I could share it directly from this app. Or I could click Save as JPEG to save it just to my gallery, so I could use it at a later time. So I could do that. You could even do some changes if you wanted to save some space. You could lower the quality of the image. And what that'll do is that'll make a smaller version of that photo saved to your device. But I just noticed right now, and they do this a lot, this is a paid option. So it says save, but it has a little crown. So they are trying to trick you to do that. So you could just click close and it'll just save that regular image to your gallery. So now I could go ahead and click next. Again, they're at every time they're going to try to really push this payment subscription on you, but you could just click the X on the pop-up, and that'll just go ahead and remove that for you. There are some social media components to this app as well, but those are pretty, I think, new to the app too. So you could add hashtags if you really wanted to, so you can make this image easily found by other people. So if I wanted this image to be shared, I could put hashtag cats, meaning that anybody who searches for cats on Picsart will also see my photograph. They also give you some really neat options called the replay or free to edit. So a replay, what that does is that if you select that, it actually saves the history of every edit you made to a photograph. So that means if people are really interested in the edited image that you made, they would be able to see every single change that you made. So you could see the step where you added a sticker, the step where you kind of cropped the image, and it gives them a nice kind of like a time lapse, I guess, of your image. Free to edit means that other people are able to download your picture from their page, and they're able to edit it without your permission. So they could download it, make as much adjustments as they want, and they could repost it to the page. So I'm just gonna leave those off for the moment, and you could always click skip at the top right if you're not interested in posting any of your images. So you're not forced to post any of those. Yeah, but once you finish editing an image, it kind of kicks you out to their homepage. And here you could really see the things that other people have done with the app. So this is some of the posts that people share, and Picsart, like they go through it and they actually pick some good ones to show people. So you can kind of scroll through, see how people are editing their photos, and kind of get inspiration that way. The replays, like I mentioned, is at the top right. Those really show you, like, if you're interested in learning the app, you could click on any of these and it kind of shows you step by step how they did that picture. So I clicked this photo here, and at the bottom you actually see step by step how they added each effect or what effect they used. So if you wanted to, you could copy this person's same replay. You could say choose my photo, and you could use your own photograph but with the style that they chose. So I could just choose that same picture that I just made, and all those effects that the person added to their photo will be added onto mine as well. So it's pretty interesting to kind of share and collaborate on ideas. I'm going to go ahead and just exit out of those. But yeah, that's kind of a quick overview of Picsart. I would say one of the pros of the app is that it's really encompassing with a lot of different tools. To access those tools is right when you open the app, it'll prompt you with them. But you actually have to click this plus button at the bottom to open it again. So that's one of the biggest, I guess, downsides of this app, is that it's kind of overwhelming at times. Right when you open the app, it launches you straight into this create page, but it doesn't really explain anything else outside of that page. So it's a bit overwhelming if you're editing an image and then all of a sudden you get tossed back to this home page and they don't tell you how to start editing another image. So it's kind of has a lot of tools on there that could kind of be overwhelming. But if you do take your time and kind of go through this, this is an app that's really well known for its updates. So they're always releasing new features. Recently, they started doing a lot of work with AI images. So you could actually create avatars or do text to image based artificial intelligence on here too, which is a little bit more advanced, but it goes to show that they're kind of trying to put new tools into this photo editor. But yeah, that's kind of it. Do you guys have any questions for me that I could answer?
Sarah, did you have any questions?
No, I don't think I have any questions. But it is good to know that this is one of the apps you can do a collage on. I think it looks like you could also do a video montage with the collage button, which is, I know, interesting to a lot of people. So yeah, I don't think I have any questions, but really an interesting app to check out.
Yeah, I just had two questions. One was how much you can do with video, because I see that videos are coming up as icons that you can choose for your editing. So I imagine there's something you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are some I haven't explored too much of the videos on here, but if, for example, at the top of my screen, if I go ahead and click on a video that I want to work on, I believe it just opens it up. It kind of downloads it to its working space, and then it gives you some tools here, very similar to the photo editing tools. But instead, the major difference is that it also gives you a timeline. So it gives you an option to kind of go forward and go back of your video. And it allows you to add effects at different points of your video. So you could add text, you could add special effects. Yeah, so there's definitely a lot of options. It's not something that I've played with yet, but I guess that's kind of a testament to how much you could do with the app.
Definitely.
They don't really like, it's kind of just, they give you a toolbox, but they don't really do a great job at explaining how to use it.
Yeah. And then the other question I had was, I saw that they had cutout as an option, and cutout is something that a lot of photo editing apps, the free ones, don't let you get into really. So I was curious how effective the cutout feature is.
Yeah, so I'll go ahead and show that. Let me go ahead and open an image at the top from my recents. And then, yeah, at the cutout, it should be at the bottom with the icon of the scissors. So you could go ahead and tap that. And basically, you just want to trace the area that you want to cut out from an image. So if I wanted to, let's say I just wanted the cat and not the background, I'm just using my finger and kind of drawing an outline over the cat. And once I do that, at the bottom, I could do select. And I think I could do, oh yeah, you could change like the selection size. So I'll just do outline. Let me see if I click next. It should crop that. Yeah, there we go. So it'll do that there. It kind of like outlines the border around the image. And then you could also do this preview button to kind of show you what you're cropping. So that shows you the image without the background. You could do erase to kind of refine the edges, but I think that looks pretty good to me.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and click save at the top right. And then now I have like this image that is a clear image. So I could kind of add a background to it if I wanted to, which is pretty convenient. Yeah, just click next. And then it kind of guides you through the same process of, oh, do you want to post it or do you just want to save it? And I just want to go ahead and press skip on that. Yeah, it's pretty convenient. And like you mentioned, it's not a tool that they offer with a lot of other apps.
Mhm. Cool. All right. Well, I can't think of any additional questions. I just wanted to thank you so much, Jose, for presenting that Picsart. And I wanted to thank Sarah for joining us today and adding her input. And just let everyone know that, we always encourage everyone to like, subscribe, all of that YouTube stuff on our channel. Please check out our other videos. Please reach out if there's any videos you're interested in seeing, and always check out our curryseniorcenter.org website for all of our programs at Curry. And we just thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks.
Bye, everyone.